Hey everyone, my name's Elspeth. You're watching the Planeswalker Pantheon. Today. We are opening up a set booster box of Phyrexia, or will be one, the latest set from Magic the Gathering. Let's get to it. Alright, let's just pop that open. And get rid of this plastic. I'll not read the blurb out again, because we only do it for the first video. Oh, instead of a Traxxas artwork, we've got the artwork for Phyrexian Arena. So sad. Alright. Let's go down. I think they've changed how they collate these packs based on the pre-release. I could be wrong though. It looks like they did, because we have a card from the list. It's Argothian Elder from Urza Saga. Foil Quicksilver Fisher in the alt frame. We have an evolved Spinoderm. I don't think I've seen this creature yet. 2/2 green creature, Phyrexian base, 5/5, enters the battlefield with 4 oil counters on it. It has trample as long as it has 2 or fewer counters on it, otherwise it has hexproof. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove an oil counter from it, then if it has no oil counters on it, sacrifice it. We have Cankerbloom in the alt frame. And we'll skip through the rest of these, but we'll stop at anything that's neat looking. Got our planes and our art card, which is the Mayhem, so BM Mayhem Dominus. I think that's the red one, if I'm remembering correctly. Give me a second, might take me a little bit to get used to the new collation, because it is all new. It's got the token that no one cares about. Foil Sinew Dancer. We have Skrell of Defectomite, so single white legendary artifact creature, Phyrexian Might, 1/1, toxic 1, it can't block. Phyrexian and tap, choose a colour, another target creature you control gains toxic 1 and hexproof from that colour until end of turn. It can't be blocked by creatures of that colour for that turn. Kind of like a 8.5 Tails a little bit. Sawblade Scamp in the alt frame, Ossification, Porcelain Zealot, Jawbone Duelist. Ooh, we got a foil Cool Plains right there. That's neat. And we have Thrun, if he was Phyrexianized, as our art card. Next one up. Shitty art card. We have a foil Gleeful Demolition. We have a Koth Fire of Resistance. 2/2 red, legendary planeswalker Koth. Starts at 4 loyalty. +2, search your library for a basic mountain card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. -3, deals damage equal to target creature equal to the number of mountains you control. -7, you get an emblem with whenever a mountain enters the battlefield under your control, it deals 4 damage. The emblem deals 4 damage to any target. Necrogen Rot Priest in the core frame. And we'll skip through the rest of these. Foily Plains. And Rustvine Cultivator in the alt frame. Next one up. Oh wait, that was a token that we should care about. I'll fix that up later. I just saw it at the bottom. Oh, card from the list. It's good old Tyvar Kell from Kaldheim. 2/2 green legendary planeswalker Tyvar, 3 loyalty. Why do I remember this? Oh wait, the reason why I remember being black and red is black and green is because the ability. Elves you can control have tapped, add black. +1, put a +1 counter on up to 1 target elf, untap it against Death Touch. 0 to create a green elf warrior creature token. -6, you get an emblem with whenever you cast an elf spell, it gains haste until end of turn, you draw 2 cards. Bolshock Splitter. We have Kaya Intangible Slayer. 3, 2 white, 2 black, legendary planeswalker Kaya, hexproof. 6 loyalty, +2, each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life. You draw 2 cards and each opponent may scry 1. -3, exile target creature or enchantment. If it wasn't an aura, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying in addition to its other types. Sinew Dancer in the cool alternate frame as well. And we have a Phyrexian Forest and Maze's Mantle. I'm like 3 packs in. I've already started making a mess. We'll put that in here because technically it is uncommon. Because we put the Tyvar in with the resin mythics. our token, which I'll need to fix up. Nimue is a paladin in foil. Red Sun's Twilight, X and 2 red, sorcery, disrupt X target artifacts. If X is 5 or more, for each artifact destroyed this way, create a token that's a copy of it. Those tokens gain haste. Exiled in the beginning of the next end step. Oh, we have Rhea Evil, Bane of Bladehold. So they just Phyrexianize Hero of Bladehold for some reason. 2 white and black, legendary creature Phyrexian Knight, 3/4 with Battle Cry. At the beginning of combat on your turn, the next time target creature would deal combat damage to one or more players. This combat prevent that damage. If damage is prevented this way, create that many 1/1 colorless Phyrexian Mites with Toxic 1, and this creature can't block. Bladed Ambassador. As well. Oop, that's actually uncommon. I just saw that now. Cool Mountain. Kuldotha Cackler as our art card, and I will grab those other tokens because I did not realize that they did that. I just thought of some stuff which I'll have to go and fix up later. So tokens, lands. Excuse me while I fix myself up, and back to the next pack. Phyrexian Horror. Oh, we have a full art, and I believe it's foil Razor Verge Thicket. Enter the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or few other lands. Taps or white and or green. We've got a Thrun, Breaker of Silence, also known as Breaker of Games. 3 and 2 green, legendary creature Troll Shaman, 5/5, it can't be countered. It has Trample. It can't be the target of non-green spells your opponents control, or abilities from non-green sources your opponents control. As long as it's your turn, it's indestructible. Bladed Ambassador. In the cool frame. We have a Swamp, and we have Tyvar's Stand, fighting against a Phyrexianized Tybalt. He would have turned himself to a Phyrexian completely willingly, I think. It's Tybalt. Next up. Phyrexian Golem, Paladin of Predation in foil. Oh, we got our first mythic that's on the list. Sophia Mayhem Dominance, 2 and 2 red, legendary creature Phyrexian Horror, 5/4. If a source you control would deal non-combat damage to an opponent or permanent an opponent controls, it deals double that damage to that player or permanent instead. 1 double red, discard 2 cards, put it in an indestructible counter on Sophia. Scamp in the old frame. As well. Good to see Terramorphic Expanse finally get a reprint. Blue Sun's Twilight as our art card. We have a Phyrexian Might. Contagious Vorak. We have a Bloated Contaminator, 2 and a green creature Phyrexian Beast, 4/4 with Trample and Toxic 1. When it deals combat damage to a player, proliferate. Thrumming Bird, Veil Assassination, Assimilation. We'll flip through the rest of these. Forest. The Inquiry Dominus. I think it's the blue one if I'm remembering the cycle well enough. Next one up. Ooh, we got another card from the... This is actually the Universes Within version of E Honda. Baldan Sentry Herdmaster. 4 and 2 white legendary creature human warrior. It's an 07. As long as it's your turn, each creature assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. When it attacks, up to 100 target creatures each get +0/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of cards in your hand. For Prophetic Prism. Green Sun's Twilight, X and a green sorcery. For the top X cards +1 of your library, choose a creature card and or a land card from among them, put those into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. If X is 5 or more, instead put the chosen cards onto the battlefield or into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Swordblade Scamp in the cool old frame. Phyrexian Mountain, Quicksilver Fisher in the cool old art. Next one up. Still looking for an Elishnorn, but hey, who isn't looking for Machine Mum? Rebel. Evolving Adaptive in foil. Blade of Shared Souls. 2 and a blue artifact equipment for Mirrodin. Huh, is this one of the only blue for Mirrodin cards? I might be misremembering. When it becomes attached to a creature, for as long as it remains attached to it, you may have that creature become a copy of another target creature you control. Equipped for 2. Furnace Punisher, Scourge, and the rest of the commons. Pretty Island, and Glissa Sunslayer. Next one up. Phyrexian Might. Oops. Cephalopod Sentry. We have Gethan of Contracts. If you get this in limited, don't play it. I think it's a constructed plant more than not. 1 and 2 black. Legendary creature Phyrexian Zombie 3/4. Now this is the part where I screwed up. Other creatures you control get -1/-1. 1 and 2 black and tap. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Again, if this creature would leave the battlefield, exile instead of putting it anywhere else. Activate only as a sorcery. Your creatures get -1/-1. As soon as I took that card out of my deck was infinitely better. Phyrexian Island, Reaver, Rare Ivor. Oh, that's the Knight of the Hero Bladehold originally. I love how the artwork's kind of perversions, like, and with the Planeswalkers as well. The art's kind of just perversions, I guess. Rebel Yell. Fall Vanish into Eternity. We have Nihiri the Unforgiving. 1 red hybrid for Boris Phyrexian white. Legendary Planeswalker Nihiri. It has the completed text. We won't read that because we've had that text before, but if you do play the Phyrexian live, it enters with 2 fewer loyalty counters. 5 loyalty. +1 until your next turn up to 1 target creature attacks a player each combat if able. +1 discard a card then draw a card. And 0 exile target creature or equipment card with mana value less than Nihiri's loyalty from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of it. That token gains haste. Exile at the beginning of the next end step. Ooh, we have the Old Art Phyrexian Vindicator. So 4 white, creature Phyrexian Horror, 5/5 flying. If damage will be dealt to Phyrexian Vindicator, prevent that damage. When damage is prevented that way, it deals that much damage to any other target. Submit and know the Mother's Glory, resist and know her wrath. Rustvine Cultivator. Some red and white for Mirrodin. Yeah, I think that's the only blue for Mirrodin card. We have Thrill of Possibilities as our art card with Nihiri getting turned. Just a quick little interlude while I fix these piles up, because some of them are getting a little manky. Anyways, next one up. Phyrexian Horror. How's this blast? Jorkadine, first Gold Warden, red white, legendary creature, human rebel, to 2/2 with trample. When it attacks, it gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of equipped creatures you control. Then, if Jorkadine's power is 4 or greater, you draw a card. Mere Convert in the cool alt frame. We'll flick through the rest of these. Got a Mountain and Jace. Perfected Mind. Man, I knew they were going to take Jace. Like, when they showed that image of all the Planeswalkers who may or may not be turned, I was like, okay, they're going to take Jace, because that would be, like, a big, like, impact to the community. I wasn't expecting them to take Vrasker on top. You know, I thought one was going to be left to sort of, like, continue the fight, but hey. Phyrexian Horror. Skitterfang in foil. All will be 1. 3 and 2 red enchantment. Whenever you put 1 or more counters on a permanent player, all will be 1 deals that much damage to target opponent. Creatures and opponent's control, or planeswalkers and opponent's control. Necrogen Rot Priests. The old frame. Fusing and Charge Forger and Sprinter. Cool Swamp. Sky Scythe. Oh, it's a sign one as well. Next one up. We have another card from the list. Treasure Hunter. 2 and a white creature human. When it comes into play, you may return target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. Interesting. Hunter's Maze. We have Kethic. Crucible Goliath. 2 black and red legendary creature Phyrexian Beast. 4/4. At the end of your M step, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a non-legendary creature card with massive value and put it onto the battlefield. Then put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Mere Convert. I'll skip through the rest of these unless there's something to really talk about. Oh, Pretty Foil Island. Expand the Sphere. Next one up. Yeah, the Rebel. But yeah, them having Vraska taken was kind of a shock. Speaking of, Phyrexian Arena, 1 and 2 black enchantment. At the beginning of your upkeep, you draw a card and you lose a life. For a bittersweet moment, Jace believed he could still save his love. A moment was all Vraska needed. For the glory of Phyrexia, she whispered. Sky Hunter Strike Force. I believe this is from the Commander deck. 2 and a white, creature Cat Knight, 2/2 flying melee and lieutenant. As long as you control your commander, all other creatures you control have melee. Interesting. Soulblade Scamp in the old art frame. Here is Sacrifice, Tyvar Stand, and Against All Odds. Crawling Coral still has some of the most disturbing artwork in the set, and because it's a common, I'll be seeing it all the time. Luca, bound to ruin, in the manga style. I'm so happy they did not waste the artwork for the ones that didn't get turned. Alright, Poison Counter. Reservoir Cultivator in foil in the alt frame. We have the Seed Core. Tap to add colors to land. It's a sphere. Tap to add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to cast Phyrexian creature spells. And Corrupted. Target 1/1 creature gets +2/+1 until end of turn. Activate only if an opponent has 3 or more poison counters. Or we have Karamix the Rat King in the sort of the cool alt frame. 1 and 2 black legendary creature Phyrexian Rat. It's a 3/3 toxic 1, and other rats you control have toxic 1. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal any number of rat cards from among them and put the revealed cards into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. New Rat King. Canker Bloom the alt frame. And we'll flick through the rest. Grey Plains. Vraska Betrayal's Sting. This one hurt. You know, while we all kind of celebrated Jace's completion, we didn't realize it was going to be a Vrask under Vraska's hand, or you know, under Vraska's hand more or less. Jeez, we're going well on the list cards. Rift Sweeper, 1 green creature, Elf Charm, it's a 2/2. When enters the battlefield, choose target face-up exiled card. Its owner shuffles it into his or her library. Full Duress. We have a Capricious Hellraiser, 3 and triple red for a creature Phyrexian Dragon. It costs 3 less to cast if you have no more cards in your graveyard. It's a 4 for flying. When enters the battlefield, exile 3 cards at random from your graveyard. Choose a non-creature non-land card from among them and copy it. You may cast a copy without paying its mana cost. Speaking of disturbing artwork, can we talk about this? Can we talk about Venser? If you've seen the artwork, you know that artwork is terrifying. 2 and a black, legendary creature, Phyrexian zombie wizard, lifelink, toxic 1, and it's a 1/3. Whenever you proliferate, choose 1. If you don't control a creature named the Hollow Sentinel, create the Hollow Sentinel, a legendary 3/3 colorless Phyrexian golem artifact creature token. Target artifact you control gains flying and lifelink until end of turn. The Sentinel looks like Khan. Why do they have to hurt me like that? Bonepicker Scourge. And some uncommons and some commons. Phyrexian Swamp. The Vindicator. Phyrexian Vindicator. I don't know why I said something completely different. Anyways, let's keep it going. And yet again, more cards from the list. Mishra's Factory. Land, taps, add colors. 1 mana becomes a 2/2 assembly worker. It's still a land until end of turn. Tap, target assembly worker creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Bonepicker Scourge. Vindicative Flamestoker. So 1 red for a creature Phyrexian wizard. 1/2. When you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter on it. 6 and a red. Sacrifice the Flamestoker. Discard your hand, then draw 4. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each oil counter on the Flamestoker. Thrumming Bird in the cool artwork. Quicksilver Fisher in the artwork as well. Immobilizer, Logbook, and Thrumming Bird. I love that they put 2 Thrumming Birds in here. I know it's meant to be the themed pack, but hey. We have a foil mountain. Just realised that these are in the wrong spots. Luca Bound to Ruin, and it's signed. That's real pretty looking. Alright, next one up. Phyrexian Might. Tamio's Immobilizer in foil. Norn's Wellspring. 1 white artifact. Whenever a creature you control dies, scry 1 and put an oil counter on the Wellspring. 1 tap, remove 2 oil counters from the Wellspring, draw a card. Traxxas Anointer. And a bunch of normal uncommons. And commons. Pretty Island. The Hunter Maze. That's our art card. Thing is, if I go the other way, it's all Phyrexian Goblin, plural to Phyrexia. Black Sun's Twilight, X and a black. For an instant, up to 1 target creature that's -X/-X until end of turn. If X is 5 or more, return a creature card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Restaurant Cultivator, Bonepicker Scourge, both in the alternate artworks. Now, commons and uncommons, Pretty Mountain. Meldweb Curator as our art card. Next one up. Phyrexian Beast. And Scissor Glider. We have a Seachrome Coast, so the blue-white check Fastland. Urbrask's Anointer. Mere Convert. The fact they Phyrexianized Mirrors makes me sad too. Minor misstep. I wonder if that's a little bit of sort of a take that they stuffed up with mental misstep. Phyrexian Island, Sky Scythe Engulfer as our art card. Next one up. Man, again with the list. Lolth Spider Queen. 3 and 2 black. Legendary Planeswalker Lolth. 4 loyalty. Whenever a creature you control dies, put a loyalty counter on Lolth. 0 mana. You draw a card, you lose a life. -3 to create 2/1 black spider creature tokens with menace and reach. -8, you get an emblem with whenever an opponent is dealt combat damage by 1 or more creatures you control. If that player lost less than 8 life, they lose life equal to the difference. Magmatic Sprinter. Milgau's Maze Crusher. 1 red and green legendary creature Phyrexian Beast. 4/4. Enters the battlefield with 5 oil counters on it. 1. Remove an oil counter from Milgau's against Vigilance and Menace. Remove 2 oil counters. It gains +2/+2 until end of turn. 3 and remove 3 oil counters. Destroy artifact or enchantment. We have a full art Slowbad as well. This is another sad loss. 2 and a red legendary creature Phyrexian Goblin Artificer. 3/3. Tap to sacrifice an artifact. Add an amount of red equal to the sacrificed artifact's mana value. Spend this mana only to cast artifact spells or activate abilities of artifacts. Rest in peace, Slowbad. Thrumming Bird and some Femiridan stuff. It's not looking good for our heroes, I'll say that much. Pretty Plains. Phyrexian Obliterator in the cool alternate artwork. Next one up. Rebel. Gladiator. Blue Sun's Twilight, X and 2 blue, sorcery, gain control of target creature with mana value X or less. If X is 5 or more, create a token that's a copy of that creature. Goliath Hatchery. I believe this is from the Commander Decks. I actually don't know what this is from. 4 and 2 green enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, create 2 3/3 green Phyrexian based creature tokens with Toxic 1. Corrupted at the beginning of your upkeep. If an opponent has 3 or more poison counters, choose a creature you control, then draw cards equal to its toxic value. Sanyu Dancer. And some uncommons. And commons. Pretty Forest. Vanish into Eternity. Rest in peace, Elspeth, again! We just got you back! Then you had to do the good noble thing, damn it. Blowing up the Silex in the Blind Eternities. Alright. That one's actually one that doesn't matter. Foil Azuri, Stalker of Spheres, 2 green and blue, legendary creature, a Phyrexian Elf Warrior, 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, you may pay 3. If you do, proliferate twice. Whenever you proliferate, draw a card. Tablet of Completion, 2 mana artifact. Tap to put an oil counter on it. Tap to add colors. Activate only if it has 2 or more oil counters on it. 1 and tap, draw a card. Activate if it only has 5 or more oil counters on it. Cankerbloom in the alt frame. Sanyu Dancer also in the alt frame. I've never seen that artwork for Necrodrin Warpace. I've only seen the alternate frame. Go through the commons and uncommons. Pretty Phyrexian Plains. And Seachrome Coast. Alright, next one up. We've got a drone. Foil Seachrome Coast. Nice. We won't read that. Mind Splice Apparatus. 3 and a blue artifact flash. At the beginning of your upkeep, put an oil counter on it. Instants and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each oil counter on it. White Belly Rat. Sawblade Scamp. Quicksilver Fisher. All in the old frame. And some uncommons and some commons. Right there. Pretty cool forest. Against all odds as our art card. Next one up. We're nearly at the bottom of the box already. This has actually gone kind of quick. Might. Foil Doors of Deep Faith. Vents a Corpse Walker. There's the disturbing artwork. We won't read it, but just look at that artwork. It's terrifying. Oof. If you get a chance, look at the art crop. Quicksilver Fisher. Ribskiff. And we'll go through these uncommons and the commons. But yeah, if you ever get a chance, look at that art clip like on Scryfall. Plains. Ran Executor Thane. Yeah, look at that artwork if you get a chance to look at the artist crop. Because my gosh. Got a Rebel. Incubation Sac. Azuri, Stalker of Spheres, we already read this once. Tyvar Jubilant Brawl, and this is what he'd look like if he was Phyrexianized. Oh no, we haven't opened Tyvar yet today. 1 black and green, legendary planeswalker Tyvar, 3 loyalties. You may activate abilities of creatures you control as though those creatures had haste. +1, untap up to 1 target creature. -2, mill 3 cards, and you may return a creature with mana value 2 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. Rustfang Cultivator in the alt frame, some uncommons and some commons, Pretty Plains, Oathari Sun's Glory as our art card. Second last pack. That one is actually one that we don't care about. Aspirant's Ascent. Nissa Ascended Animus, 3/2 green and 2 Phyrexian green. Legendary Planeswalker Nissa, 7 loyalty completed. It enters with 2 fewer loyalty counts for each Phyrexian mana paid. So for plus starts at 7 if you pay the full cost. +1, create an XX green Phyrexian horror creature token where X is Nissa's loyalty. -1, destroy a target artifact or enchantment. -7, until end of turn, creatures you control get +1/+1 for each forest you control and gain trample. Furnace Punisher. Oh, in the alt frame, some uncommons. Pretty Foily Forest. Sinew Dancer in the old frame as our art card, and last pack. Let's get some magic going, shall we? Oops. Yeah. Rebel. Hivemaster. Unctus Grand Metatech. 1 and 2 blue legendary artifact creature Phyrexian Vidalcan. 2/4 other blue creatures you control have, whenever this creature becomes tapped, draw a card, then discard a card. Other artifact creatures you control get +1/+1. Phyrexian blue. Until end of turn, target creature you control becomes a blue artifact in addition to its other colours and types. Activate only as a sorcery. Bite Belly Rat. And we will flick through the rest of these for the fun. And our last art card is Mirage Mockery. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, favourite, and subscribe. It lets people know that I exist, and I'm opening up packs for my pleasure as well as hopefully your own. If you want to follow me on Twitter, links down below. You can also find me at the Planeswalker Pantheon on Facebook. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for... Actually, before I go, got another arena code card. So I'll hold it right there while I'll read it out. 4EC4CF02A8 5869A 90ED3 04381. Anyways, like I was saying before, you can follow me on Twitter, links down below, and you can also find us at the Planeswalker Pantheon. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I will see you next time.